Hi guys. So today I'm gonna be making meat pies. So in the States, I've heard them call it empanadas. I've heard some people call it beef patties or patties actually. But back home in Nigeria, we call it meat pies. It's the same thing in a way, but I tell you, it's nicer. The meat pies are nicer. So today we'll be doing that, and I'll show you the way we make it. If you guys like the video, please subscribe and also give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much. So let's start. First of all, I'm gonna wash my hands. All right, so we start with adding the flour. I have 3 cups of flour and add in my sugar, baking powder, salt. So I had 1 teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of baking powder. You always try to mix the dry ingredients together first so that you can make the mix. I'm getting my butter out of the fridge. Ensure you use cold butter, and I cut it up in pieces so it could mix evenly with the flour and the sugar, the salt, the baking powder. So remember guys, I washed my hands, so you're gonna mix with your hands. It's easier to break the butter in. At this point, you're trying not to fold, but just trying to break the butter in so that it's more crumbly. This process takes a little bit of a while because you gotta really work the butter into it. So now as you can see, it's forming to that crumbly texture that we want. Oh wow, okay, I could see it forming a little bit. Sincerely guys, this thing takes a while, but the continuous process of you making it, this is what really forms your dough, this process. And now, as seen in the video, you could see now that it's ready. So you put a hole in the middle of the mix and you break your egg into it, and you gently fold it where it's mixing the egg with it. Normally the eggs, it holds it together. Sometimes I've realized that I've used water, sometimes I don't, but it all depends on your mix. So just a little bit of water, tiny bit, to just make sure that the dough forms together and it holds. Because once you overflood it with water, it's, well, you could add flour to it, but it's better you put the water in bits to be sure. And I'll tell you, if you increase the eggs, sometimes you might not even need water. So now that the dough is almost ready, put in some flour on the table to knead the dough. Some people use water, some people use milk. It all depends on your preference. So now that I got my dough together, it's always good when your dough is put in the fridge so it's chilled. And remember, the filling is not ready yet, so while the dough is in the fridge, I'll start working on my filling. So cover it up and it gently goes into the fridge. That's all, folks. So the next thing now is we'll back now to do the filling. So get a pot. A little quantity of oil, not too much, so that it doesn't overflow in your filling. I got onions, I got carrots, I got potatoes, I got the meat, I got ginger. I just so love the sizzling sound that you get when you put onions into the frying oil. It's just wonderful. Anyway, so I'm mixing that together, and see, got my ginger. I got this ginger is minced ginger. I got it from Costco. It's a big size. It lasts me a while. So mixing it together. You could put your meat in right now, or you could put your seasoning in, depends on how you want it. I just like to work my meat into it. So make sure you break the meat evenly and you stir. As you can see now, it's all, we'll call this red. So you mix it evenly with the onions till you could see that the meat is cooked. So mixing it together. You know, cooking is more artistic. You know, you're creating something, so you just got to enjoy it. So I'm mixing it. And I can see now that it's almost getting cooked, and I'm trying to add my spices. That's the 21 seasoning salute. I think that's from Trader Joe's. It's just seasoning. It's got no salt in it, and I'm putting some pepper flake in it. Yeah, so together. And I also had some scotch bonnet that I cut. I think that's what I put in next. And you just let it cook for about 5 minutes. Oh, it's 5 minutes already, and we're back. So now I'm adding some salt into it. Yeah. And now my carrots. I feel like carrots take more time to cook. So I put the carrots in it and put the potatoes also. Because remember, guys, there are different ways you could do it. You could parboil your potatoes already, or you could just put your potatoes inside it and add water and just cover so that it all cooks in together. So that's what I did. I added water into the potatoes and the carrots with the mix and let it cook for about another 6 minutes. So, and now it's cooking. There's nothing wrong in you checking if your potatoes or your carrot is okay. Don't eat it all though. So I just tasted it, and I felt like okay, it could work. Give it some little more time, and now I put flour into it. I got this secret from someone because I didn't used to put flour in it before, but flour actually makes the filling, it makes it moist inside the when you make your meat pie and you put it in the oven. It doesn't come out dry, but it makes it stay moist. So I tried that once and I realized they really work. So now I'm covering it up again to steam. And yay, it's ready. So we got our filling ready, and now the dough is back out of the fridge. When you get your dough out, what I always do is cut out what you're gonna use at that point. I like dividing mine into 4 equal halves, and once I divide it, I take one part of it and put the remaining parts in the fridge so that it's not all melted before I'm done with it. So I'm working on it. My rolling pin. Try to get it rolling. It's a way of working out also. Exercising the muscle. Exercising the muscle. So you roll it out, not to make it like flat, at least some inches thick. And I have a bowl to cut it, and put my bowl. It's a round. Always use a round bowl, or if you have a cutter, and take the excess one out and leave the circle. Eggs has been known to be like the sealing ingredient. So I put my egg, just to put the egg wash around the tip of the circle. You could put your meat before, or put, either way, just make sure you put the egg wash around it. Put the meat, the filling and everything in the middle of it, and you fold. Gently press on the edges to seal it. And we have the perfect shaped meat pie. And I love this part, using the fork to just gently press on the edges to seal it. That's what we always did when we were younger. When my mom makes the meat pie, we do the sealing part. So it's been cold, then you put it on your tray. If you could notice, I already have my tray ready, and now got my meat pies all together. You also go back to the egg and you wash the top of the meat pie. It gives it that shiny brown look when it's out. So you put it all around it. It's like you're painting, but this time around you're painting the meat pie. So you paint it, and my oven is already preheated. So I put my oven to 350 to preheat it, and put that in, and I reduced it to 300. So we'll wait till the meat pie is ready, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, I think our meat pie is ready now. Okay, let's see what it looks like, guys. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's our meat pie, and as you can see, that's what the egg does to it. It makes it all brown and nice and shiny. So now that the meat pie is ready, I got special guests to taste the meat pies. Okay. So hello.
Hello.
All right, so they'll taste the meat pie and they'll let us know how they feel. Let us know how you feel. Taste the meat pie and let us know.
Yum.
Very good.
You like it?
Yes.
The crust is so flaky
Okay.
and delicious.
So guys, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Okay? Thanks so much for watching.